Alright guys, well I got a cool package. This package comes from 6 Element. It's going to be their new CPLT intake. This is going to be their version 2, I believe. So it's a lot nicer, you see it here. I do have their CPL intake light right now because I liked having the air box with the scoop. So inside you get little 6 Element tag that sends you to their website. You get install instructions, which we possibly will go over. So along with this, for 2425s, you have your intake cell, check engine light fix. It's basically a hose with a bypass. So what I'm guessing gives you that crankcase, extra crankcase pressure is people update their intake and their blow-off valve at the same time, possibly sometimes, and the blow-off valve blows off a little bit too much more into the intake, which in turn goes to the crankcase and turns on your light. Or you're just getting a little bit too much more flow with this intake, and at times when you let off throttle or whatever may happen, some of that air pushes through your crankcase and the sensor reads it. So this comes with everything to fix it. It's going to keep pretty much everything in check from going into your crankcase and giving you a check engine light. I honestly don't have one. I've never had one. I've never had the check engine light, but mine is a very early model 24. I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this in just to be safe. I also did get a aluminum oil cap cover. Reason I got this is because I did get my engine cover back from Underground Tuning Texas, which did a great job on it. I'll show it to you guys right now. I'll actually open it up with you. So this is their new improved intake arm. This one's made so it doesn't move around as much as the other one did, and the boots would come loose sometimes. So this fixes that issue. As well, with the new updated air box, you can tell it's a lot better quality. It also has these stronger magnets that hold this. And I believe inside, oh yeah, over here on the side, you have a little bit openings, so it breathes a little bit more. So very nice unit for sure. Down here, they have grommets, sorry, I would say silicone couplers. Now these couplers here, they're made for, you know, the engine moving back and forth, engine movement, which was causing it to slip from this plastic piece. They're a lot more sturdy, so you're not going to have these break on you. Very nice piece. The clamps are a lot bigger, and we probably won't use that one down there. That was for the stock inlet. I'm actually running a 6 turbo inlet, so we won't need to run this one. But look how small that is. The 6 turbo inlet automatically opens up to about 4 inch. It goes from the I think it's like a 2.5 inch to about a 4 inch opening. And these little bolts here are probably going to be something to hold this piece down. But we'll look in here and see if there's any more goodies under it. But I'll open that up in a bit and show you. If I don't show you, then there wasn't anything else. Okay guys, this is going to be my engine cover from Underground Tuning Texas. I sent him an engine cover that I had bought on eBay. I just got it drop shipped to him, and then he's shipped it back out to me when it's ready. Can't wait to see the great job. I mean, I've already seen how this looks because he sent me pictures, but to see it in person, it's going to be something else. So, he wraps everything phenomenally. As you can see, let's get the engine cover right here. It is a little darker inside, but once you get that sunlight on it, it's like a candy color. I forget what that's called, like a shattered carbon or I don't know, but it's like a carbon fiber material. It's been plastic dipped, or not plastic dipped, but hydro dipped. Been hydro dipped. He did do the turbo in black, and I like it. He throws like a candy color over, and then he throws a clear on it. Looks really nice. So I do appreciate him working on this, and we'll go ahead and get all this stuff installed. All right, guys, this is my engine setup. How I have it right now. So I have the CPLT light intake. I'm running one of their old version hard metal intake inlets. Now they just make the silicone ones. Like I told you, the stock engine cover, I do have a Canon filter inside of this. So the stock air box goes to the Velocitech scoop. And so basically that's it. Has a Canon inside. And that's pretty much it. So right now all we're gonna do is remove these clamps. These right here, this one back here, this one and this one. Remove this engine cover so we get under there. So when you're removing these, just kind of lift up. You should have little areas where they pop up like that, like so. There we go. Don't want to break it. There it is. Filthy engine, like always under an engine cover. But we'll go ahead and clean that out, make it look a little bit nicer before we put the other one on. And then we'll disconnect that bad boy right there. That's the sensor right there, the crankcase pressure sensor. So we'll go ahead and lift that up and put the kit on just to make sure everything's running nicely. All right, guys. I'm gonna take it all apart, and then I'll show you the bolts that are down here that we need to take off, okay? All right, guys, we're back. That's the inlet. You can tell how big that is. All right. So I gotta remove this 10, and I believe it's this 10 down here. I don't think there's another one on the side. But you take those off, you can take this box off. You can tell all this freaking dirt that was in here. I don't even know how you get dirt in there, but well, that's the tube, stock air box, Canon filter. So let me get this box off, and then we'll put it in the new box, and I'll probably vacuum that stuff out. All right, guys, we're back. Get yourself one of these little fancy tools. There you go. That's lifted. That's lifted. Take these off. So there's 3 bolts, the ones I told you. 1, 2, 3 down there. And then you take these 2 off. This lifts right out of the way. So put that to the side. Once we're down here, I'll probably just check all these clamps to make sure that we're all good. Especially since I haven't checked this in a bit. Make sure our blow valve is still good. We're using the HKS. Might clean that up a little bit. Just tighten up these clamps a little bit if they need it. Other than that, we should be good. We'll start installing. I'll be right back as we start putting in pieces. All right, guys, we're back. One thing I want to show you, that Six really thought this through. So they came with these little studs, right? You put them in. They have flat sides on just 2 sides, so get a little wrench or some pliers and just tighten them up. The cool thing is this right here. Every single mount for this intake that used to have a bolt now has just little grommets that are gonna pop in. So this makes taking off your intake a lot easier. Say I blow off that coupler down there. I would have to get a 10mm, come in here, separate everything. You know, it's just a little chore. Now I just come in here, separate my elbow, grab the air box, you know, because it's gonna be sitting on these little grommets like this, and you just push down. Now, if I need to do that, take off this elbow real quick, lift this up, boom, we're done. So they did really think into this. I guess they thought about it as, you know, it's a chore to take off the stock air box if you have to, or if you have another type of intake. You know, it's usually bolted down inside the box. It's hard. It's not really hard, but I would say it's a chore to do it. And this way, everything's there. I mean, you just push it down, you're done. See, it's in there. We just put this on, we're good to go. Shit. Take it off, simple as that, a couple of seconds. So they did really think into this. Let me go ahead and put the airbox back in, and then we'll get to the tube, and then we'll get to the sensor. Alrighty, guys. Okay, guys, so we are back, and this is what we're doing right now. We're gonna be putting this check engine light fix. Like I said, I never got it, but since it came with the kit, I'm gonna go ahead and run it. So your sensor goes right here. I did take it off. It's 10 millimeter. All you do is move the sensor left and right and lift up straight. It'll come right out. Has a little O-ring. Make sure you don't break that. The kit comes with a little block. This little block has a little O-ring right there. That O-ring is going to go inside. So technically what this is doing, it's reading free flow, right? So you're basically eliminating the sensor that you have here. So, because if you look inside, it only has one hole. Doesn't really have anything going to the sensor. It's just one little hole right there. And that's what the sensor's gonna be reading off this little hose right here. So it's gonna be reading that you don't have pressure, basically. So, I mean, should I run it? Can I run it? I'll run it for a while. If it doesn't make a difference, I'll take it off and see if I still get it, if I get a check engine light or not. But we'll go ahead and run it, see what it does. The way this sits, you have the hole up here where your stock bolt's gonna go through. So you just basically sit this down. And that little O-ring right there is a little rough. I like putting a little bit of, you know, oil, engine oil, or you could do a little bit of WD-40. I'll get some of that right now when I install it. I have some WD-40 right there. Some people say don't, they tear up the rubber. I haven't had no issues. They usually use on the couplers, but that's silicone. But regardless, just put a little bit of lubricant on there, put it on. You're gonna put the original bolt here, put your sensor right on top of here with the bolt provided here. Actually, I may have just lied to you. It may be the bolt provided here. Just let me see how thick. No, you could use the stock bolt up there and the bolt provided on the other one. Or vice versa, it don't matter. They're about the same thickness. And this is the way you do the belt. So, or not the belt, but the hose. And your hose is gonna go to that stock location right there, and then back to your intake here. So, very simple setup. Let me put it together and I'll show you how it looks. All right, guys, we're back. So the block is on. You do need to use a provided screw on the original location and the original screw on the sensor, because this one is a little bit longer and the block is a little bit longer. I thought they're about the same size. So I gave you wrong information. It's fixed now. Don't complain. That goes there. Has your little breather block and goes to the intake. This little hose goes from a little breather block back to your original sensor, and that's where it's going to read that it has no pressure. So that's how that check engine light fix works. I'll run it. Never had an issue, but I'll keep running it. You ask why delete that? How am I going to know if I have crankcase pressure? Do your maintenance, man. Run a catch can, make sure it's clean. PCV valve, check it. Fucking change it out if you need to. Little things that you got to do. I mean, you own a car, maintain it. I mean, stop crying about it. You wanted a car, you're gonna have to maintain it, or it's not gonna run right. Everybody says they've had issues. these cars break, they end up in the dealership. You're not taking care of it, man. See all these people making videos, upgrading their car, tuning it, and then it runs like dog shit. Honestly, this car has 9,000 miles. Most of its life, I've taken it to work a little bit of time, but most of the time it's been at tracks and it's been at SXTH events for about 9,000 miles. No issues. So about how many oil changes have I done? Probably about like 8. That's just after events. You know, I don't like running the oil after an event. So maintenance is key, guys. Don't matter. You don't have to go get super expensive oil every oil change. If you're gonna be changing out how I do, I'm not saying go buy dollar store or Dollar General oil, but buy something affordable. Quaker State's great on these. Use Quaker State if you want. Go to Walmart, $20. That's your oil change. Buy a filter for $7 at Hyundai. $30 for an oil change. Do it yourself, guys. Learn how to do this stuff. Save some money. If you live in an apartment, can't do it there, ask a buddy, man. Some people, you have friends that have a garage, or say you can use their driveway real quick, do an oil change. Just clean up. Don't be a mess. Don't be a slob. And thank them, you know. Always take something. Take a tall pack of beer. Take some food, you know. Don't just use people. Be grateful. All right. Little things. Sorry, I'm just sharing stuff, but that's how the intake is. That's how the check engine light fix is. I'm going to clean this up a little bit more and then put the engine cover and show you how it looks. All right, guys, so have everything installed. Cleaned up the car because it was a mess, but you could tell there in the sun, it looks a lot better. I mean, in person, it looks really good. It looks almost like a silver tone under it. But yeah, that's it. Put the 6 oil cap cover. Put everything back together. Washed everything up. Intake looks great. Cool thing about it, it does have these more openings on it now. So it's grabbing a little bit of cabin air and also anything that comes up through the Velocitec big mouth. I did add this little piece right here, is a little plug, since I don't have my blowout valve returning back. And the new line didn't bother to shield at all, the little engine cover, so everything looks good, and it does fit with the Gen 1 turbo inlet. So everything looks good, man. I do appreciate it. Only thing I would wish, 6 would send me some decals, man. That'd be awesome. I have like their full catalog pretty much, and I've never gotten a sticker from them. So one thing, stickers, I mean, they're cheap. They mean a lot to people, or at least to me anyway. I like having them, putting them on toolboxes, putting them on my car, whatever. But yeah, just all customer service. I mean, I'm not saying they don't have good customer service, because they're great, don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, nitpicking actually, a sticker would be nice. But here's the car. I just washed it up, but alright, if you guys want a sound clip of the intake, you can hear it whistling. You can hear that whistle even like on normal driving. Gives you a lot more noise, a lot more of a no homo, or sorry, pause. You know, a lot of suction noise. So it's the air suction, alright, guys? Don't get it twisted. But yeah, it sounds nice. I'll give it a little go right now after this light. But yeah, it sounds a lot nicer compared to the intake light. It's a lot more noise. The intake light did give you some noise, but it's fairly quiet compared to this. This one's a lot louder.